And so the key thing for me, from HR perspective, whether you choose a university degree or a trade, if you love what you do, you're gonna do well. And you'll find that job. Like, we don't have no marine biologists up here, up north, but if you love what you do, you will find that job in Vancouver, you will get that job and you will do it well. It's important when you guys do your career search, and I will ask you, when I just meet you at the front, you come in with the resume, I'm looking for a job, I'll ask you a few questions to find out. It's win-win. We want, like Elisham, when we hire you, we want to be part of your plan. We want it to be there. So if you love what you do, take the time to take a look at what you love to do. Know who you are, and if you're more, like Chris was saying, one trade is very diagnostic and troubleshooting related. The other one is very hands-on and building related. If you're a hands-on person, you like, at the end, you see a finished product and you like seeing that, that's something to consider when you're looking at these 52 trades. If you're gonna go into a diagnostic trade where you gotta figure out what 3 other technicians did before you got there and it drives you crazy, don't pick that trade. But if you like building something and at the end you got a finished product and it's like, oh, look what I built, then maybe you might well look at the trades that are more hands-on. Know who you are. Do that exploration that your schools offer you. And you know what, if the school doesn't offer it, do it on your own. You can go online. That Trade Secrets, Alice, the government websites, they all have tools that you can use to figure out what is it, what do I want to be when I grow up.
It was always that looming question is, what am I going to do? Like, do I want to go to university? Do I want to pick up a trade? Or do I want to just find a job and just coast for a little while? And it always seemed like the most important question is, what am I going to do with my life? And I was hesitant about getting into a trade or going to school, so I was kind of stuck in the middle, in between making a decision. And it's not as important to think I'm going to get one job and have that job for the rest of my life. You can't think of it in that sense. And that's the flexibility that comes with a trade as well, is that you can get a job and always have that. Somebody mentioned that that you have flexibility. You can always fall back on that. Yeah, that's something that you can go back to. You can get that journeyman ticket and then try something else out. And you have the flexibility to do that in the workforce in many different fields. And that's also ties in with your high school diploma as well. Maybe someday you're going to want to go back to school and you're going to want to go to university, or you're going to want a job where you require a high school diploma. These are all things that you should consider, but you don't need to think of it in a sense that this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, because that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flexibility in that sense.
And also
Fairview College, they have a program where if you're not sure of the career you want to take, they can you can enroll in a course up there where it's different trades. So you do it for about 10-week stints. You get a lot of the background of the trade. Then they give you a placement at a company for, I'm not sure how many weeks, just to give you that taste of that job. And then after the 10 weeks, you go back to school. They put you into a different trade, so that you can rotate through that year through about 4 or 5 different trades for 10 weeks at a time. So it gives you a good feel for what you want to do, instead of I think most of these guys here, when they left high school, they went straight into their trades. So they didn't have, they knew what they wanted to do, I guess. But if you're uncertain of what you want to do, and you want to make sure that the career that you pick, you want to be happy at it. You want to do it every day. So that's one way of going, and you can try out the different trades, and then you can figure out which one you want, and then you can zero in on it.
If you guys are ever given an opportunity where you can work in getting a trade, take full advantage of it. You might off the bat maybe be given some jobs that aren't what you thought it was going to be, but sometimes it's just a little bit of a test for your employer to go, hey, how far is this person willing to go to get to the high level? And if you just put your head down, work through it, a little bit of blood and sweat sometimes, it'll go a long ways for you. I guarantee it. I started right at the bottom you know, sweeping floors, emptying garbage cans for months, and then all of a sudden, hey, here's your opportunity. Next thing you know, you're riding alongside learning some really, really cool stuff.